All right, it's Thursday morning, May 2, and we're off and running on our Zero DTE butterflies. So let's go put them on. I was thinking about putting on a live one today. A live one. Let's see what we got here. Let's first I'll model up the paper trades. So we'll say butterfly, and then we'll come over here. We want to buy a butterfly, not sell it. And then the middle strike is at 50. Let's say 50.30, and 50.30 plus 15 is 45, and the lower leg is going to be 15. So there's our 15 pointer. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to duplicate this, and this one will be the 20 pointer. So 20 points on the downside, 20 points on the upside. And then I'll do one more. I'll say analyze trade. And this one will be the 25 point. So we got to go 5 points lower. That's 25. And then 5 points higher. Okay, so there's our three trades. Let's just look at them again and lock them in. Let's see. Looks like we should maybe go down to the 25. You can see SPX has moved down. So I guess let's change all these. Let's go 25, 40, 10. Okay. Let's go 25, 5, 45. That's our 20. That's our 20 pointer, and then we'll do one more. Let's say 5, 25, and 50. This is our 25 pointer. Okay, so I'm going to lock these prices in real quick. Lock it in. Lock it in. Okay, so there's our three trades. This is our 15 pointer. Looks like we keep moving down.
Order filled.
And I had a wild hair to take one of these live, like a small one. Why don't we do that? Let's just see what happens. We'll just start to pepper in a live trade now and again while we do this paper trade. So I'm going to do the small one. I'm going to see if I can get filled on this. Let's go to, let's see, 235, 230. Let's see if I can get 230 on that. Okay, so there's the open order. I'm trying to get it at 230. It's showing 235. There's 230, 230. Come on. Maybe I'll have to go up by 5 points or 5 cents. Let's see where we're at. What was I trying to get? Was I trying to get 240? Yeah, I think it's 240, right? I was trying to get 230. So let's see if I can go up to 240. I'll try 240. So here with the live trade, we can see what the actual fills will be around. So we got filled at 240 on that. So I'm going to create one more trade here. This will be a duplicate, and this will be our live trade down here. And we got filled at this one at 240. Is that right? Let me make sure. I'll just copy and paste the exact order over. So here's the butterfly we got filled at 240. Let's say analyze trade, and then I'll move it over here at the exact price. So there's our live trade. So the SPX is down to 520 now. Okay. And then, so that's our live trade at the bottom, 15 pointer. We have a total risk of 475. That's not right, is it? We should have a risk of 240. Oh, it's this again. It's Thinkorswim. Schwab. Okay, there we go. So our total risk is 240. we're moving down rapidly, so we're right at the edge of the tent. And then we have that's our real trade. Then we have these paper trades here. Okay, there we go. Off and running. We'll check back in about 15 minutes or so. All right, I'll be back. Okay, here we go. This is 7:28. So the 7:30 checkup. Let's see where we're at. We'll look at our paper trades first. We have one live trade on, a 15-point wide butterfly. We'll look at that last. So here's our paper trades. This is the 15 wide, and this is showing a current profit and loss of about, let's say break even. Break even to $10 maybe. Break even's probably safer. Okay, here is this is the 20-point wide butter. This one's underwater right now by, let's say, break even to down 25-ish. It's bouncing around, but that one's slightly negative. And then our third one here, this is our 25-point wide. This is underwater too, like $50, 20. Let's say minus 20 to minus 60, maybe minus 60. Okay, so that's our three paper trades, and then here's our live butter. This is the real money, and this one is showing a loss of 40 bucks. Still inside the tent, just barely to the upside. It's moved around a lot. It was down to, I think it probably came outside the tent a little bit, and now it's back up. So this is down, let's say this is down 30 to 40 bucks. All right, so that's the 7:30. We'll come back in about 15. Okay, here we go. The 7:45 checkup. Let me pause this guy.
Here's the way you.
Okay, so here's where we're at. Let's see. So 7:45. Here's our 15-minute paper trade. This is showing about a break even, a little bit loss. So let's say break even to minus $10. Oh, there's bouncing around. Okay, so that's the 15. Here's the 20-point wide. This one is showing a current, let's call it break even. It's bouncing between $3 and minus 20, minus 11. So we'll say break even on that. And then the last one, or the last paper trade, is the 25-point wide one. This one is about break even, showing a little bit of a profit. So let's say break even to $12, right in that range. And then our live money. This is our first live money in this experiment. So this is a 15-point wide, and this one is currently, probably call it break even. I see $4. I see minus 30, minus 55, plus 14. Let's just call this one break even to slightly negative, I guess. Okay, so that's 7:45. I'll be back in about 15. All right, it's 8 a.m. Here's our next check-in. So let's look at our paper trades first. This is the 15-point butter. This one, we're just outside the tent to the upside now, and it's showing still about a break even. Maybe a little bit negative. It's pumping around there, though. So let's just call it a break even on that one. Here is our 20-point wide butterfly. This one's underwater, just inside the tent, and it's, well, we should probably call it break even. It's bouncing above and below profit and loss. So it's just, let's call that break even as well. And then let's go down to the 25-pointer. So this is the 25-point butterfly. This one's inside the tent, and we'll probably call this break even as well. Showing like a little tiny bit of a profit, but let's just say break even. They're all break even. Then let's go to this is the live money trade, our first live money trade with this experiment, this project. This is a 15-point wide butter. We're just outside the tent, and it's showing a profit of break even. Let's just call it break even. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say, I'm going to create the exit order on this. So I'm going to say analyze opposite trade. I'll come down here. I got some other trades going on that's totally unrelated to this one, so disregard those. And then I'm going to say, what do I need to sell this out at to make my $50, my $50 profit? So I need to sell it. I'm just going to tick this number up till I see this blue line hit my $50 level, which is right there. That's 55. So I need to sell this butterfly at 290 to make my 50 bucks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put that order out there, rest it, be sitting waiting. So I'll say create duplicate order, 290, confirm and send. Go over there and check it, just make sure that it's working. There it is. There it is working. And then we'll just keep an eye on that. All right, that's our 8 o'clock update. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. This is our 8:15 check-in. We'll look at our paper positions first, paper trades. Here's the first one. This is the 15-point wide butter. And let's see where this goes. Thinkorswim is acting up again. God, those guys. What a pain. Okay, so here's the paper money, paper trade. We're down, we're outside the tent on the 15-point wide, and we're down about 30 bucks, it looks like. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to have to restart my computer after this. God, what a pain. Okay, so here is the 20-point wide. 20-point wide is just outside the tent, and it's showing a loss, a current loss of around, let's say 50-ish, 20 to 50. And then the 25-point wide is this the 25-point wide? I can't tell if it's updating or not. Okay, so the 25-point wide is right here. We're just barely inside the tent, and we're showing a loss of about 25-ish. Yeah, say break even to minus 25. And then let's look at our live money trade. So we took one live money trade today on the 15-point wide. So here is the live trade. Frickin' Thinkorswim. Come on, guys. I mean, how do they expect anyone to trade like this? Okay, so here's our live money trade. This is the 15-point wide. And this one, we're outside the tent, down about 25 bucks. 20 to 30. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. We'll check back in about 15 minutes. So this one, we haven't even addressed adjustments or potential adjustments for this. So depending on what happens with this position right here, I need to decide if I want to just take the loss at and what my stop loss would be on this. This is all stuff that we need to figure out from these tests that we're doing. But we could either have a stop loss at 1 times our profit target, which would be 50 bucks, or 2 times our profit target, which is 100 bucks. But we can also try to do some adjustments. And there's like various adjustments that I've done with these type of trades before. And I guess I'll just wait to see if we get close. If we get closer on the next check up to that $50 down level, I'll have to make a decision whether to just close the thing down, our first live money trade, or to attempt to make an adjustment on this. All right, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, so this is our 8:30 update. We're a little late, but I was hoping the position would come into a profit, but not yet. So let's look at our paper trades first. Here's our 15-point butterfly. We're right here, we're like right on the edge of the tent. It's showing a profit of, well, it says, let's call it like a profit of 20-ish. 20 bucks. Here's our 20-point wide. We're inside the tent, and this is showing a profit of about 10 bucks. And then our 25-pointer. Here's our 25-point butterfly. This one's showing a profit of 70-ish. Say 50 to 50-ish, maybe 50 bucks. And then there's our live money trade. Here's our this is our real money trade. This is the first one we've done on this project, and this is the 15-pointer. We're right here on the edge of the tent. It's showing a profit of let's call it like 10 bucks or so. Now I have an automatic exit order to get me out of this position if it hits 50 bucks, and you can see here's that order right here. So once it hits 290, that's our 50 bucks has been captured, and here's the live number. So it's getting closer, not quite there yet, but if it were to come back into the tent, you can see we would pop into that profit target pretty quick. So this is 8:45. I'm going to come back at 9. So these are taking a little bit longer than the other ones we've done. Usually we're out of these by 8:30, and I don't know if that's just because I have a real money trade on and we're getting like the real experience or not. But I'm going to come back in about 15 minutes unless I get filled on that this live money trade first before that, and we'll go from there. All right, see you in a few minutes. Okay, here we are. This is the 9/12 update, and this is our live money butterfly trade. So this is the first day we put on a live money trade with one of these butterflies, and you can see right now we're just getting back into the tent. So the SPX is moving down a bit, moving into our profit zone here, and I'm expecting to get filled on this, hit our profit target at any second. You can see the price bouncing around from like 30 to 40. Our profit target is 50. So here's the order. Right here you can see we're trying to get 290. That'll give us $50 profit, and it's showing 290. So at any second now this thing should go. Let's see. Let's wait for it. Wait for it. I'll just keep your ears out. While we're waiting on that, let's look at our other ones. So that's our live money trade. Here's our paper trades. This is our paper 15 wide spread, butterfly spread. This one is showing a profit of 40 to 50, the same as the other one. This is our next is our 20-point wide butterfly. This one is back in the tent, and it's showing a current profit of 59. Oh, there's 70. Pretty close to the profit target on that one. And then the last one is a 25-point wide paper money trade. This one is showing a profit of 120, 100 to 120-ish, right in that range. So I would say those hit our profit targets. If we hit our profit target on this live money trade, I think it's safe to say that we would have hit it on the paper money 15, and right there, look at that. So it's showing $40. Let's go back over here and see. So we're trying to get 290, and there's 295. This should get filled at any second, I think. Come on. Let's just get it over with. So I saw 3 there for a minute. 290. There's 310. This thing should go at any second. Here's the trade. We'll just wait for just a second here, see if we can get filled while we're recording. I saw 51 there. Come on. Just give it up. 60. It's bouncing between 40 and 60. Oh, there's 25. 16? You went the wrong way. Well, I guess I could pause and come back. I'm thinking, though, it's going to go at any second here. Just give it to us. You going to give it up or not? Let's see. So it's showing 280, 295. Okay, it's got to go now. You can see we're inching further and further into the butterfly where the pink line there. Oh, there it went. You hear it? Okay, so there it is. So it was closed at 290. At 290, so that gave us, let's see where we came in at. That should be $50. We'll say analyze trade. We'll just see, we'll pull in that trade that was just triggered. Okay, there it is, 290. So that's $50. So let's just real quick see what the return on that is. So the total risk on this was 240. So let's say $50 divided by 240, the risk equals 20.8%. So that's not bad at all. That's good. This one took a little bit longer than the other days. And again, I don't know if that's because if I was kind of cheating a bit with the paper trades and saying that, they would have hit profit target when they may not have. And then once we put this live trade on, we see the reality. But I don't think so. I think that, we were out here in this area along for quite a while today, which didn't help us hit profit target quickly. It took longer. So that's it for this one. So I'm going to come back I'll continue to monitor the 3 other paper trades we're doing, and I'll come back at around 10 to 10:30 for the mid-morning update, and then we'll look at the end of day and see where everything settles out at. All right. See you soon. Testing. Okay, here we go. It's 10:46. So this is our 10:30 or midday or mid-morning update. Here is our 15 wide butterfly. These are all paper trades. We had one live money trade that we already closed out at profit target earlier. And so this is the 15-point paper trade that we just monitor throughout the rest of the day. This trade is outside the butterfly, currently showing a loss of 105. Here is the 20-point. This is the 20-point butterfly. This one is outside the tent, showing a current loss of 156. And then there's one more, which is the 25-point wide. There's the 25-point wide butterfly. This one's outside the tent, showing a current loss of about 190, 195, or 200. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'll have one more check-in today at the end of the day to see where settlement comes in at. So we'll see you soon. Okay, test. Here we are. Final look. What do they say in the movie business? Last looks. So they say right before they do a scene, like they get everything ready, they get the camera ready, everything's set to go, and then someone yells out, I guess it's the first assistant director yells out, last looks and action. Okay, so here is our final look at today. So first of all, we put on a real money trade today, and it was a 15-pointer, and we got our profit target out of that, $50. So that's cool. We got out of that trade probably around 9-ish or so, a couple hours in the market. But all the other trades we're going to look at now are the paper trades that we regularly look at, and those are the 15-pointer, which is right here. So let's see where this sucker wound up at. So I just keep these trades on throughout the day, these paper trades during this testing period, so I can get an idea of where they land every day and how they would have made out if I had just put these trades on and walked away and forgot all about them. So this one we wound up trading right here, which was a loser. So we would have taken a total loss on this one. We've had 3 pins on this in the last 4 or 5 days, which is crazy, I think. Hey, maybe that's the norm. If so, let's put our money into it. Let's mortgage the house. No, this is the 15-pointer, and so this trade we would have lost 235 if we had held on to it and done nothing. But again, we didn't. We took them off we hit profit target earlier on. So now here is the 20-pointer, 20 points, and the blue line is the expiration line. That's where we're at now. So we would have taken the max loss on this one for 15 if we had just held on to it and done nothing for the rest of the day. And then let's see, the last one is right here, the 25-pointer, 25-point wing, and that's this one here, and this one's outside the 10 as well. So we would have taken the max loss if we had just held on to these and done nothing. So that would have been a loss of 615. So let's pull out the old Excel sheet and fill that in. Okay, so here's our Excel sheet. So since we did our first live trade today, I need to figure out how I'm going to include that. I want to kind of section them off, make them distinct from each other. So let's say May 2, and I'll just copy and paste those. And then let's get the risks. The risk on these ones. So the risk on the 30-point was 615. 615 on the this is the 20-pointer. The 20-pointer, it's 415, and the 15 is 415 and 235. 415 and 235. 415, 235. Okay. So with the paper trades, these are the paper test trades that we did. And all of these, we did hit profit target on all 3 of them in those first 2 hours. And then, I forgot, what was this one? Was the middle of the day. At the middle day, if we would have held on until midday, there would have been losing trades. And then if we would have held on to the very end, all these would have been losers. So this will be the paper, the test trades we did. And then down here, I'll make a note. I'll say live trade. And give it some kind of color to, yeah, that's cool. Okay, and so this was a 15 wide. And the risk on that one, do we still have it? So here's the real trade that we took. So the risk on this one was 240. And we took $50. So we'll say win 50. And let's make that some other color so we don't get them mixed up. I want to keep this all. This is the live trade. And then I'm going to put a percent. Well, I guess we could just use this. So what did we make on that trade? We made, let's see. Okay, so we made a profit of 50 on a risk of 240. 240, right? So we made 20.8% on the real money trade. So we'll say, I wonder if 20.8%. Okay, cool. There we go. So that's our live trade for today. And that's it. All right, so if you'd like to follow along with me on these trades, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. I'm going to start to pepper in live trades as we continue this testing, this paper trading testing process. And today was the first one right there. So if you'd like to follow along with me on these trades, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. And also be sure to go over to my website and join me there. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Just head on over there, sign up for the free email newsletter. When you do that, you'll get a welcome email right away from me. Just reply back to that welcome email and I'll get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for today. Please click that like button and leave a comment and I'll see you next time.